Well, hello and welcome. It's round one, a brand new season of the AFL Sydney competition. We're out here at Henson Park, kicking off the season with the clash between the Balmain Dockers and the newcomers, Manly Warringah, playing their first game in Premier Division since their elevation in 2013. Have dominated the lower grades for quite a while now, and a duly deserved elevation into the senior competition of the AFL Sydney. And they'll be keen to get a good win on the board. A lot of hype as they're running out on the ground previous to coming on air. They are really pumped for this game. Balmain Dockers coming off a grand final loss in 2012, and they too will be keen to get their season kicked off in a good fashion. Beautiful day out here at Henson Park for this clash. And we're just about to get underway. We saw in the reserve grade game Andrew Cipriano playing his 400th game of football in the Balmain Dockers colours out there today. Unfortunately, the Wolves were there to spoil that party, and they ran away convincing winners in the reserve grade. So just set to get underway here at Henson Park. It's the Balmain Dockers versus Manly Warringah, round one of the AFL Sydney. And as I said, beautiful conditions out here for this game. A new look side for the Balmain Dockers, a few names missing from their 2012 season. And of course, well, for Manly Warringah, it's 22 ins in the Premier Division game. It's about to get underway. Umpire has it in his hand. And we're away for the start of the 2013 season. In there, it's the Dockers. The first free kick is a high contact. The umpire says play on advantage, and it'll be the Manly Warringah Wolves who take it out of the centre. They push it forward. Up there is Joseph. He's tackled well. And in fact, no, the umpire said it was in the back. In fact, it's not Joseph, it's Levi Brain. Up there on half forward, he just bombs it long. Top of the square, good percentage play, 3-1, 3-2 there in favour of the Dockers, and they rush it through. The first score is a Manly Warringah behind. Balmain now with the numbers on this near side. In there is Bond, but he's troubled over the line. A good result for the Wolves that they can regather. As we said, Manly Warringah dominated the lower divisions, elevated into the Premier Division, making it a 12-team competition in 2013. And they will be keen to really stamp their authority. Ben Bow got the ball out there, but once again troubled over the line. And we'll see another boundary throw in. It's a weekend that was hampered a little bit by rain. We saw some games played out here yesterday, moved to Henson Park. It's looking an absolute picture at the moment. Tends to do that at the start of the season. Does see a lot of traffic throughout the season, so we'll hope it'll hold up. Tackled there was Johnson, passing through the mark for the Dockers. Coming out of defence now, looking to go through, but Manly have got the numbers and they've got the drive of the ball. Ball now, Johnston, he's got it clear. Comes out, could have been tackled below the knees. Umpire says play on. No one really getting a control of this football. Now the Wolves come away with it. Good handball out there by Brain. In there at the bottom of the pack is Armitage. Two names that will feature heavily in the best players, I'm sure, in 2013 on the Wolves ledger. We'll have a ruck contest deep in the Wolves forward line. 2 minutes played here at Henson Park. In the ruck there was Hunter. The ball comes out, a quick kick. Just goes over for another minor score to the Wolves. Kick goes long, but it's not a good one. Balmain did well to bring that to the ground. And a good handball's at the bottom of the pack. Out through Conway. Now, great tackle there, played. And Manly will go into attack again. The kick's a good one, just not held. And now I think it was Pridgeon. Gets it clear now. Could be a high tackle. Umpire didn't see it. In fact, he's seen it now. And it'll be a free kick to Balmain. A little bit going on. In there's Conway throwing his weight around. He's sidling up with Beckett from the Wolves. Nothing there, just a little season opener. Get the the kick across goal's a bad one. It's got falling to Washington. He swings it onto the boot, and well, might have been lucky there to get it through for a minor score. Just waiting. No, we've got to swap the footies over, even though the other one's halfway down the road. Here it is now. So Balmain, pretty stock standard. They've got a few players down the centre, but they come wide, as they've done each time. In the hands of Mabon. He's content to just go back across the face. And that'll be a 50-metre penalty. One of my bugbears of the umpiring fraternity is the move it on, play it on call. The first whistle was move it on. And then the 50-metre penalty. You see it far too often. Out now, finds Johnston for the Dockers. Manly really manning up well further afield. Round, one of the young stars of this Balmain outfit. Look to see him get plenty of football as he is at the moment. The kick, not a great one off the boot. Handball through there was from Hart. Now they move it forward again. Brain seeing a lot of it early. Now they push it forward. One out in the square, and it's a good mark. Taken by Washington. The kick in was a good one. And Washington will go back not only for the first goal of the game, but for the first major score for the Manly Wolves in the Premier Division competition. Slight angle, should have no troubles putting this through. Leans back on the kick, and Washington's kicked the first goal for the Wolves, and they're on the board for 2013. So good start by Manly. Dominated proceedings so far in this game. Yet to see a forward thrust from the Dockers. As I said, coming off a grand final appearance in 2012. A very different looking outfit for the Dockers though. New coaching staff. In fact, there might be some more news about that trickling through at the moment. Very different looking playing roster. So, back in the centre. Up for the Wolves was Atkins. Good ruck, but it's Balmain who get the ball away. They go forward for the first time. Looking for, that's Cottrell up there. Couldn't bring the ball down. It was a good effort. Blackburn just throws it on the boot, and they get their first score on the board. It's a minor one. But better signs for the Balmain side. Now Manly out of the defensive half. Finding play as well. Just content to chip it up the sideline. That's a harsh contest, and probably out of bounds is a good result there from Manly. Kick to the contest. Now we see the Wolves playing a very, very open forward line at the moment. Just the one attacking player in there to the right of screen. Good tackle played. Like tackle there from Kosh, who's wearing a different number than what was listed. So he's in 17. Once again, a boundary throw in. Not a lot of football being played down the middle of Henson Park at the moment, all being played on the peripheries. 7.5 minutes approaching this first quarter of the 2013 season. Third man up there was Robertson. Now through Armitage. True ball magnet of the Manly Wolves side. He goes long inside. Ball's at the back of the pack. Running onto it now is Benbow. He throws it on the boot, and that's another one to the Manly Wolves. We've got two on the board early in this first quarter. It was all set up by Armitage. A very penetrating long kick into the forward line. Fell over the back of the pack, and it was Gareth Benbow that fell onto the falling ball Quick throw on the boot, and they've got another one on the board. Armitage now coming to the boundary line, and Eric Burke will take his spot. Interesting to see how Manly, they've started off well, but interesting to see how they adjust to the level of football required at Premier Division level. So far, having no problems against the Dockers, and here they go again, although the ball's smothered out of the middle. Running onto it will be Round. He's tackling Cass in there as well for the Dockers. Falls clear. Now kick forward from the Wolves. Scrubby looking kick. It was Jenkins who tried to barrel his way through the contest but couldn't get through the traffic. Now throwing on the boot was Hart. It's not Hart, it's 28, who's not listed on our team sheet. We'll have to chase that one up. Pushed over the line was Washington. Approaching the 10-minute mark, we just kicked over 9, so early stages in this first quarter at Henson Park, but at the moment it's all Manly Warringah. The defensive side of the Balmain team has really had to work hard in this first half. Maybon trying to clean up in that instance. Here they go again. Almost a free kick there, but throwing on the boot was Robertson. He's had plenty of it earlier. I tell you what, he's thrown that through the middle. That's a fantastic goal to Robertson. So Anthony Robertson gets another on the board for Manly, and at the moment they are dominating. Armitage to come back on for the Wolves. He'll go straight into the centre. So it looks like they're doing a three-way switch. In fact, he's going to the wing. Near wing, doing a three-way switch through the forward line. So, 10 minutes gone. And it's the Manly Wolves dominating proceedings. Armitage in there again. There's his Hunter. Pushing his way through, but it's Round. In fact, Round for Balmain that gets it clear, but straight back into the contest are the Wolves. Here's one who's close to getting plenty of the ball. Anthony Robertson in and out of the 50-metre arc. He drives it long now. Plenty of flyers for the Wolves. No one can bring it down. Washington there, troubled out of the ball. Might have been held without it. Umpire says play on. Now through the thing, got the players on the outside. Throwing it on the boot is Hunter, and Jack Hunter has put another one on the board for the Manly Wolves. Well, this is a turn up. They've started off brilliantly, the Manly Wolves here at Henson Park. Hunter gets one through. Well, they've been stunned, the Dockers. They've flown out of the blocks, the Manly Warringah Wolves. They lead. Out of the centre now. Balmain go forward for a rare forward 50. But straight back. And Manly just having all of it at the moment. They've got players running wild on the far side. Through the middle is Wern. Wern handballs over. He'll get it back, although the handball didn't hit the target. Balmain with the opportunity to clean up, but just no one there on the receiving end of the handball. They push it through, and Robertson was the target. It's like Cass is lining up on Robertson. It's a good battle there, but you have to say Robertson's got the chocolates at the moment. Discrepancies at the moment with the scoreboard. We'll have to check that. Here they go again. It's Armitage who picks up the loose ball, just burrows his way through, and I tell you what, that's another goal to the Manly Wolves, and they are on fire. A better start they wouldn't have wanted here at Henson Park. And 5 goals to nothing in this first quarter. And in addition to that, they're just dominating the play. And certainly a slow start to the game and the season from the Dockers. 13 and a half minutes played in this first quarter, and it's Manly by 32 points. They are up and about. The bench is excited there. On the other side of the ledger, the Balmain bench is just stunned. The news we heard through just prior to coming on air was that the announcement that Balmain Dockers, the new senior coach for 2013 in Gary Bull, is not coaching today. I'm not sure of the reasoning behind that. I'm sure that will come out in due course, but certainly not present on the boundary line for the Dockers. Here they go again. That's a good, great tackle by Armitage. He's made no attempt. Just wrapped up there, and it was just a poor effort from Jalen Timms. And here they go again. Look at the run from these Manly Wolves. They are certainly putting their mark on this game and sending a message early in this game that they are going to be a force to be reckoned with in 2013. Far side of the ground, much of the football being played over there. They come away now, the Dockers. Coming through Lee Steer, Selby Lee Steer. Now here's a player that needs to step up if the Balmain are going to get themselves back into this game and not let it slip away early in the game. Cass, good kick. Now they push through it. It's this Hill. He goes back inside, finds Round. Round now puts it on the top. Plenty of players around here. Good front and centre there, but it was a good punch from the Manly Wolves to clear the area. Out there is the Garland. His handball's a good one. Trying to find Kosh. Kosh tries to get it onto the handball, but can't get it through, and it's Balmain that will return. They go inside on a rare mark inside 50. And it's Lee Conway. He'll go back and have a shot on goal. And to say that they need this is the understatement of the afternoon. Scoreboard's now aligned, so margin 32 points. Balmain just the minus score on the board so far. And Conway, a very jagged run up, but the kick is a good one. And they've finally got their first on the board, the Balmain Dockers. And it's a much needed goal. And they reduce the margin to 26 points. It really came out of nothing, that goal. It was a good run through the middle. Picked up on the loose ball and a kick through into the arms of Lee Conway. He was able to kick through. Balmain desperately needed that goal. 16 minutes played. First quarter out here at Henson Park. And now, what can the Dockers build? Handball puts his teammate under a lot of pressure, and it's the Wolves who pounce on it. Ball goes inside 50 now. Could have been a high tackle, and it is. And it'll be Washington to go back. And he will take all the time in the world. And just what Balmain didn't want. They had the centre clearance, but a handball that put a player under pressure has resulted in a shot at goal at the other end. Washington's kick, I tell you what, that's gone straight through the middle too, so they can't do any wrong, the Manly Wolves. They get another one on the board and restore that 32-point margin. Wait for the ball to come back to the middle. 1-1-7, the Balmain Dockers. 6 goals, 39 in favour of the Manly Warringah Wolves. It's been a dashing start for the competition newcomers. Very happy with their progress so far. Back in the centre. Comes out, finds Johnson. He can't find the handle. Good tackle there for the second effort. Comes back to Johnson. But the Manly Wolves, well, it might be a cliche, but at the moment they are hunting in packs. In there, good tackle applied by Smith. Can be holding the ball. What's the ump going to say? You know, probably a good decision in the end as the ball did fall free in the tackle. So, ball up, not a bad result. Lee Steer does the ruck work, gets it forward for Balmain, but it falls into the arms of the Wolves. In there again, getting plenty of it is Robertson. Throws it on the boot, just gets it forward. It seems to be a good tactic at the moment. Washington again, he's in there troubling. Could have been holding the man. Umpire says play on. Can the Dockers get out of this trouble? Turns around. Oh, the inside, outside, left boot. I tell you what, it's an early contender for goal of the year. He's kicked that left foot, snap, facing perpendicular to the goals, Jack Hunter. So a fantastic effort. And once again, the Wolves go out ahead. Approaching the 20-minute mark of this first quarter, and I tell you what, the Balmain Dockers, they'd be keen for this quarter to finish as soon as possible at this stage. Get back in the centre and try and salvage something. Lee Steer knocks it down, and Robertson again for the Wolves. He's had plenty of it. Cass trying to spark something for his Dockers teammates. Kicks it out there. Daniel Bryan could have been held high. Umpire didn't see it. Goes down the line. Maybe in the back there as well. The umpire's very keen to get this, let this flow. Well, Ferguson could have got the free kick for a push in the back. Cass, now that has to be in the back. And is. And the Wolves, they look to put another one on the board, and the kick's a good one, but a very good spoil there from Adrian Hill. Puts it out. And they will reload. As we said, the Dockers just stunned at the moment. The margin's 38 points. Sorry, yes, 38 points. In they go again. Plenty around this football. Ball comes out to Bryan. His handball further upfield. Now through to Cass. Trying to get around a teammate. Does very well there. I think it was Lumsden for the Wolves. Bryan again. Now round. He's quite intent to go backwards to go forwards. And the Dockers just can't seem to find a passage through. Hill with the ball. He goes down the line, but it's a 2-on-1 contest. They do well to get out of this, and he does so well. Is Conway. He's pushed way up the ground, but once again, just numbers for the football for the Wolves. Bryan hits the pack hard and sees the ball over the boundary line. 21 minutes gone in this first quarter. In the ruck, Lee Steer versus Sean Atkins. Balmain, every time they seem to get the ball, there's a Wolf hanging off them, applying the tackle. Once again, now the ball goes top of the square. Another effort. Washington's in front. Ball goes over the top. Was that ball touched? Yes, it was. And a minus score for the Wolves. They just look a very disciplined side at the moment, these Manly Warringah Wolves. Stunned the Dockers early in this game. Good kick there. It's probably the shining light. Matthew Round for the Dockers. Kicks out to this near side and finds Cass, the brother of, that's Jesse Cass. They go through now. Can the Balmain get another one on the board, salvage something out of this quarter? Ball comes clear. Once Conway, he goes inside. They just don't have anything up forward now. Bowen treads water, finds time for the players to push forward. Cass, sporting the trademark fluoro boots, a lazy kick. Luckily there was nothing around that caused any problems. They're just, only options they've got so at the moment are horizontal. Good work by Bond. He goes through the middle, but it's a contest again. And Conway turns one way, goes the other, finds the left boot, drives it forward. It's a chiseling pass. Spinning around on the boot was Cottrell. Just a minor score. Long kick out of defence. Good work there by Cass, and applies the tackle. Second effort. Manly now through. That's Kosh, of course, as I said before, wearing a different number, which is why it's a little bit of a pause before we find his name on the team sheet. Beckett looks long. It's been a good option. Washington works his way to the front of the pack. Can he get the ball clear? Plenty of Balmain Dockers there. We'll want to see this wrapped up, and they do, and we'll have a ball up. About 25 metres out from the Manly goal. No breeze to speak of here at Henson Park. Good ruck work there from Hunter. But it's Balmain to come away with it. Through Blackburn. A kick now from Bowen. He goes short, and it's a short kick that didn't come to advantage. Now Manly Warringah will reload. Calling the player forward. Oh, look at this. They've got a player on their own. Oh, they rattled it. A good call out. Armitage seemed to be the one that was on the end of it, but good talk there from Benbow, and Gareth Benbow will go back now and have another shot on goal for the Manly Warringah Wolves. This will just add to a stunning first quarter that the Wolves have put on here at Henson Park. Gareth Benbow. Nice looking kick off the boot, but just pushes it to the far side, and a minor score. So the score at the moment, 1-2-8, the Dockers. 7-5, 47 to the Manly Warringah Wolves. It's been a stunning first quarter. Margin 39 points. Oh, that's a good mark there from Lee Steer. The grand finalist 2012 Balmain up against, well, a team that wasn't even in the competition this time last year. Of course, as we said before, dominated the lower divisions have Manly, and there's the siren for the first quarter. So a fantastic opening quarter for the 2013 season and for their debut game in the Premier Division competition. It's the Dockers 1-2-8, but the story so far is the Manly Warringah Wolves 7-5-47 dominated that first quarter out here at Henson Park. And what a way to start their introduction to Premier Division football in Sydney. We'll be back after a short break for all the action in the second quarter. So back for the second quarter here at Henson Park. And the story so far has been all Manly Warringah. The Dockers trailing by 39 points heading into the second quarter. And joining me up here in the commentary box, Jury Forbes. And Jury, you would have been surprised by the way Manly have come out of the blocks.
Yeah, certainly close to the ideal start for the Dockers this afternoon. Big crowd here at Henson Park, but crucial quarter for them. They needed a few early goals.
So back in the centre. Once again, it's Manly who come out with the ball. They drive it forward, but it's 3-on-1. Ooh. They were never in that contest, Ben Bell. Almost gave away a 50-metre penalty, but once again, the Dockers just having to go backwards and sideways to try and find a way out. Not a lot on the Manly. Got plenty of players behind the ball, so the short, sharp passes are what's on offer at the moment. Balmain just struggling to get this ball in front. And they drive down the line now. Probably a good result, and then the good work there by Lee Steer. Goes over the back, but onto it there is Wern from the Warringah. Ball's gone out.
Great pressure there from Lee Steer. The Dockers another chance. As we mentioned, it really is crucial to get off to a good start here. They just try and build some momentum and get themselves back in this football game.
Yeah, it's certainly not lost at the moment for the Dockers. They've certainly put themselves behind the 8 ball, but a few goals, get himself back on the board and start building on that. And you never know what can happen late here at Henson Park. So another boundary throw in. Plenty of numbers around the football at the moment. In the ruck there for Balmain was Dugnan. Now it's all Manly. They're fighting over. Actually, has he called that high contact? No, it's Balmain freak. I thought he was going to call it high contact on the Wolves player, even though there was 2 Wolves players attacking it. So inside they go. Johnson with the kick. It's a good one out in the front. Couldn't bring it down there was Cottrell, and wrapped up in a good tackle is Lee Steer.
Yeah, great pressure there from Bailey. They're certainly holding the ball in their back 50 and making it very hard for the Dockers on second chances at the moment.
So comes out 28. That's the player we were trying to find a name for. Third Garland now. And look, they just break so well. Webb, something that we haven't seen from the Dockers, that they seem to find space. Now through Benbow, and they've moved this ball up the sideline with ease. 3 or 4 uncontested marks. And now they're pushing inside 50. The kick to the top of the arc, and it's a good mark there from the big fella in Hunter. He goes back, then swings back on the left boot, drives it forward. 1-on-3. At the back of the pack is Armitage. He loves these, but it's round. And he's pushed it through for a minor score. 1-2-8, 7-6, 48 in favour of the Wolves. And they've coughed this up again, the Dockers. Good tackle there, applied by Bond. Need to back it up. Troubled out of it was Maybon. Another tackle there, could have been high. Umpire says play on, and they break. The kick just not a good one, over the top, and it'll be Wern who comes away with it. They just seem to have players around the contest at every time. And they come down the line, and umpire's made a bit of a mistake there. That wasn't a mark.
Just so good at getting clear, Gareth Bebo, and those quick play-ons as well, putting the Dockers defence under a lot of pressure.
Another boundary throw in. But you must say, Drew, it's been a better start from the Dockers. Although this is a free kick here. I thought that was going out for a boundary throw in. Washington throws it on the boot again. Just out in front of Armitage, who's playing that small forward role at the moment.
It certainly has been a better start for the Dockers, but as you alluded to, certainly those quick play-ons down the wing are still causing Balmain just a few problems at this present point in time.
Boundary throw in deep in the forward line for the Wolves. Falls to the back of the pack. Armitage there for the Wolves. Just taps it in front. He's going to socket this through for a goal. That's another one to the Manly Wolves. Armitage, nice little touch in front of himself. Then he just toe poked it through for a major. And the Wolves get another one on the board.
Oh, great little touch there from Armitage. You must have enjoyed that one, Craig.
Yes, so it's very A-League-ish. Just pop that one through. And
we just see the difference in the benches at the moment too. Body language just telling us Manly up and about, whereas the Dockers bench at the moment just seems a little bit quiet for my liking.
Yeah, saw that early in that first quarter, the benches, but initially put it down to a little bit of nervous anxiety there on behalf of the Wolves playing their first Premier Division match. But as this game's gone on, they're just pumped and very keen to put a win on the board. Good work there by Bunkle, a great football name, Bunkle. He drives it through. You see those names sometimes, Drew, and you just hope that it's not a typo. Now Armitage swings one way, then the other way. Would have been a freakish goal, but as it turns out, it'll be a free kick.
Could be in a bit of trouble here, Armitage. He's just gone down over the boundary line.
He'll be all right. Just chewing up a bit of time.
He's certainly been everywhere, though, hasn't he?
He's, well, we've seen it in the lower divisions and we've seen it on grand final day and stuff. He is a player very suited to top level football, and it's good to see him now running out for the Manly Wolves in the Premier Division. Top of the square, good option for the Wolves. It's worked for them today. Balmain with plenty of players around the ball. Could have been holding the man there. The umpire says no. Cass applies to tackle. They've got numbers. This is good from the Dockers, although Selby Lee Steers sitting right on the goal line there is probably an unused player. We need to see more of him. Ball comes out for a boundary throw in. Now, the Wolves just dominated the clearances at the moment as well. Indiscriminate kick, and it's cleaned up there by Gray. Joel Gray. Now this is where they've struggled, trying to get this ball out of their defensive half. This is better. Ball's in the hands of Johnson, wearing the number 1 for the Dockers. Now, can they build on this round? He's had plenty of it early. Probably the shining light on the Dockers side of the ledger, and the good kick. And it's a great mark. And it will be Cottrell.
That's what they need to do, though, isn't it? Just hold the football as long as possible. Don't turn it over. Don't rush, and just get those short possession kicks and move the ball forwards. And as we see, a great pass, very direct into the forward 50 for the Dockers.
Well, interestingly, that's what they've been trying to do, but it's just been small skill errors that have caused them problems. Cottrell's kick is a good one. Floats the distance, and they've got another one on the board. That is their second for the day. So Balmain, a little shining light in this second quarter, and they've got another one on the board.
Yeah, great passage of play there for the Dockers. That's certainly what they needed. There is a nice big crowd here at Henson Park this afternoon. So as we said, if they can get a couple of goals, they'll certainly take plenty of heart and belief from that.
It's good to see footy back. It's been a long off season.
Glorious conditions, Craig.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for better. We've had a bit of rain around this week, but Henson Park looking an absolute picture, and it's certainly turning it on out here at Marrickville today. Balmain go forward again. Indiscriminate handball, just doesn't hit a target. Plenty of numbers in there. Fighting hard are the Dockers, but look at the numbers from Manly. They just push it forward, and they'll run. Here they come. Inside 50, it's a one-on-one contest. Not a great kick putting it out there in the pocket, but Washington has done it extremely well just to hold feet. Could have been held, and in fact, a good effort by both players there. Drury, as the Dockers were able to just hold it up.
Yeah, good contest. Time to assert themselves physically. The Dockers that Manly know where they are, whose turf they're on, and they just need to make more tackles like that one.
Lee Steer gets the ball out. Bond. His kick down the line. Oh, good fly there by Garland, but unable to bring it down.
Yeah, I'd like to also see Wade Blackburn get involved a little bit more as well. He could be the X factor this afternoon for the Dockers.
Ball comes in. Umpire's seen a free kick here. It'll go to Lee Steer. Need more from him. It's going to be tough for Selby Lee Steer this year. It's already seen him performing some of the ruck duties for Balmain. He was so damaging last year off that half back line. Now Conway is in the goal kickers early. Ball comes over the back. Chance here for Balmain. Cottrell throws on the boot, but was just too much pressure applied.
Great pressure there.
It was Pridgeon for the Manly side.
Great pressure, but that's what they need to do, play on and try and catch Manly unaware.
But this is where they need to work harder as well, I think, Drury and Balmain. Manly just too easily out of the defensive half. That's better. And in fact, the umpire's sent a free kick.
And look at those numbers around the football. Maroon jerseys everywhere.
Yeah, they've certainly started.
Play down in back play, Craig. Tommy Maybog.
Didn't see anything there. He might have just turned the wrong way as a player was running past him. Ball falls now. Oh, just walking through. It's Benbow and throws on the boot, but the minors score all that he can manage.
Oh, goodness.
But it could quite easily have been another goal to the Wolves.
Yeah, probably deserved that one.
Just seemed to find a passage through trouble. But this is better from Balmain. They seem to get the ball out of their defensive part of the ground. Can they build something here? Just couldn't bring it in there was Bowen. And like a good team will do, make one mistake and the opposition will pounce. Have to hit targets, Balmain.
Had the option there to the right, didn't elect to take it. It was Gray running through.
It's just a poor kick, that. I'm sure he was trying to spot up Cottrell, but just didn't hit the target. And Wolves player was able to take it easily. Now they run it through the middle.
He's got so much time, don't they? Time and space.
But even there, you saw, Drew, there's 5 Balmain players to 1, and yet he was able to make space, Beckett, and the pass was pinpoint accurate. So here they go. Thurgarland, he will go long, sizes up his options, looking for goal. Washington got himself to the front of the pack. Still on here, the Wolves. Can Beckett get that? That's not Beckett in there. It's actually Benbow. Got my B's mixed up. Balmain through Cass. Just too many players hanging around the fringe of the contest at the moment. And they just need some more players to put their body on the line.
Yeah, there's about 5 Dockers there at the moment, and they just got to get it out quicker. As you see, a poor hand pass, but recovered well by Round.
Shining light for the Dockers is Round, trying to build something for his team. This is better, but this is the kick. Bowen kicks to a 2-on-2. Ball comes to the back. Robertson. Oh, there's high contact there. Good to see. Got straight back up. And just to kick off one step, Drury. Just didn't hit the target.
Just didn't hit the target there. There's certainly options there, but another turnover here for the Dockers. Play on.
Dwell Ferguson it was who tried to barrel through the pack. Bond now throws it long. Yes, it was well read. And that was Kosh, the last line of defence for the Wolves.
And this is where the Dockers need to assert themselves, put some pressure on right now. See, just within 2 kicks, Manly already on the halfway point of the field. And it's just all too easy for them coming out of their own back 50.
Yeah, there's no forward pressure at the moment. Armitage running free. Spent a little bit of time on the bench. Oh, and a good mark. Here they go again. It's a great kick to advantage there. It's Thurgarland. Let's see who that was. That was Benbow to Thurgarland. Now Thurgarland just throws it on the boot. Easy as you like. He's put it through the middle, and it's another major on the board.
Great play from Manly there. Benbow and Thurgarland, 13 and 14. It's easy to get mixed up with them both, but they are just gelling really nicely on this grandstand side of Henson Park. Certainly causing plenty of problems for the Dockers, and just a lovely finish, almost on 50 there to finish off the Manly side.
Back in the centre. Despite what the scoreboard says on your screen, we're just having some problems with our graphics, but it's 14 minutes played in this second quarter. Back in the middle. 61 plays 14. It's all Wolves. Here they go again. Their back half has been fantastic. Lynch, a lot expected of him in 2013. Coming off an AFL list at the Swans. Now Armitage just running free. Hart drives them long. But well read there by Daniel Bryant. I just don't like this, Drew, this kicking back. Look, even that just did not hit the target, put his player under pressure. They just need to go a little bit more direct, I feel.
Yeah, they probably do, Craig, you're right. But having said that, they certainly need to try something new. As they're away here, are they? Oh, nice step there from Johnston.
They go inside 50, the Dockers. Can they build something here? Good work there by Blackburn just to keep the ball in. But once again, sweeping up for the Manly Wolves. And look at these numbers. That was Kosh. They've got players to burn. And they run. And they drop the ball. Able to recover. This is Johnston, his kick. He's going to run up, get the ball back. Now, within a matter of seconds, they're inside 50 and the mark. Potential shot on goal, Eric Burke.
Yeah, absolutely. Great hit there, and there's certainly plenty of variety in their attack we're seeing so far today from the Wolves.
Yeah, you're right, Drew. They've got plenty of avenues to goal. Here we are seeing Burke. Not had a lot of it this game so far, but here he is with a shot on goal. Goes for length. The umpire has not moved. That's a fantastic kick, and Eric Burke gets one on the board for the Manly Wolves.
Yep, the horns are going in the background. Plenty have come out to Henson Park to cheer on the Wolves as well. It's a great atmosphere down here, and they're certainly up and about at the moment, Manly are.
Yeah, they couldn't have asked for a better start to their Premier Division attack.
Of course, also a big day for Balmain today as well, with club stalwart Andrew Cipriano in the reserves playing his 400th grade game today as well.
Yes, seen a lot of football played by Kipper over the years, and great to see him play 400th. If only someone had told Manly not to spoil the party, although knowing Kipper, won't spoil his party after the siren sounds.
I hear he kicked about 5 goals, Craig.
Yeah, I saw 2 or 3 of those. I was just watching him play his usual attacking role from inside the goal square. And here they go again, the Wolves, as we're forming some chit-chat. Robertson just goes ahead and says, thank you very much, I'll throw another one on the board. And, well, I don't like to call games early, but it's a long way back here for the Dockers. Just getting back to Kipper. Yeah. Saw a lot of stoushes. I have a brother who played a very similar game to the Kipper's style, and in fact they played a lot of football on each other. And we were both same style, sort of 10-metre leads. That's about it. Get back to the square, start again.
I think they're 3-metre leads these days, Craig.
It's been very good, and a stalwart of the Balmain club and of the Sydney AFL competition, Andrew Cipriano, and we congratulate him. And no doubt, 420 odd games by the end of the season, and then he'll reload. Talking about reloading, it's the Wolves. Plenty of armoury in their guns at the moment. Bond. Can they build something that just... Here's this lateral kick again that I don't like. It's to a contest, but good enough to take it in was Jesse Cass. But once again, to a contest, and they've turned it over.
There's that man again for Garland.
He's had a great second quarter. And, good work there by the Dockers in Cass again to affect the spoil. But just threw it on the boot, and it's 1-on-3 in favour of the Wolves. In fact, it was the 4th player in that got it, and they kick it through. I think it was Benbow that kicked it in. You just don't know where these goals are going to come for Balmain, if at all they are going to come. Just indiscriminate kicking out of the back line. Look at this. If you wanted a youngster talking about forming the wall, there was 5 players across the centre line there for Manly. Hard to get through that. And this guy knows how to kick a goal, Eric Burke.
He certainly does. And just looking at the entire field at the moment, there's only one Balmain Docker in their forward 50 at the moment, so they're all back, just trying to get some hands on the footy.
I understand they've got to stop the run, but they've got that many players, and then Burke just goes short and finds Hunter. And he'll have a shot, probably 15, 20 metres advantage of what Burke was going to have.
Back him in here, Craig.
We've already seen him kick a goal this quarter. It was a very different goal on the run. Set shot. Ball drop, not a great one, but the umpires... Well, the umpire didn't move because it wasn't going to go the distance.
I think he got a little too close to the man on the mark there.
The Garland had plenty of it in this second quarter. Probably a beneficiary of the Balmain Dockers throwing players back. This will be a free kick to Washington. Just not necessary. Kick will go against Farrell. In fact, it's the first time I've called Farrell's name this afternoon. One of the players who played in the 2012 Grand Final, Jerome Farrell.
Yeah, JJ, I do hear he set Kipper up for just about every one of his 5 goals today. He had a great game, JJ. That's probably unfair. Kipper did a few things himself.
Washington throws it on the inside of the boot. Easy as you like, puts it through for another goal. The margin, 65 points in favour of the Wolves.
Yeah, a few changes from both teams between play here coming on. As we into the final moments of this second quarter, they really do need something heading to the halftime breakdown, and just to keep their heads up. I do worry that they let in another goal here. They could be, well, completely mentally depleted.
Yeah, and then you just don't want that going into a half-time break. 21 and a half minutes played. Back in the centre, Selby Lee Steer wins the ruck, but it's all Manly, sorry. They got a free kick out of that, so fortunate for the Dockers.
Can they get a quick goal here, maybe?
You can just tell by the way the players... Oh, good mark. I was just going to say there was not many options up forward, but the one option was there in Blackburn. He hit to a tee. So the ball comes in. They got the numbers around this ball, but it's Manly just troubling it out of the attacking zone. And here come the numbers. He's had a fantastic quarter too, Ben Bow. I'm talking about fantastic quarters. Third Garland in there. Could be pinged for holding the ball here. I thought the umpire might have let it go a little longer and then ping him. Did drag it in. So, desperately need a goal, do the Dockers. The Garland, it just seems to be following him, the ball. Here they come.
Seen plenty of it, has Third Garland.
Umpires will be interesting here. Oh, and he's gone that way this time. Well, very similar to the last contest. And this time it's a free kick. Callum Johnson, who was affected the tackle. Washington comes out 1 on 3, and it's the one that finds his way through the pack.
Plenty of space forward, Craig.
Smith kicking inside, and look at the run. Beckett on the end of this one. He'll go back. He'll kick from 30 metres out. The slightest of angles. And this to send the margin over 70 points going into the half-time break. Tom Beckett just leans back on the kick and pushes it for a minor score. 12-8-80 now, Manly. They lead Balmain just the 2 goals to 14 points. Margin 66, so straight 11 goals the margin. They just don't know where the goals are going to come from for the Balmain Dockers.
They definitely need to get Blackburn more involved. You know, he is one of their, as I said, X-factor players that can get something going, create something out of nothing. And great mark.
That man again, Third Garland, who's just had a fantastic second quarter. He's taken a fantastic mark. Early contender for the mark of the year. Pushes it forward, trickles over the boundary line. And there is the siren at half-time. And it's been a half dominated by the newcomers to the competition, Manly Warringah, as they go out to a 66-point lead going into half-time. It's 2-2-14, the Balmain Dockers. And at the moment, it's all the Wolves. 12-8-80, Manly Warringah. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back for all the second half action out here at Henson Park. It's round 1, the AFL Sydney competition. Back at Henson Park, third quarter. Game so far, it's all Manly Warringah. We get underway. Ball comes out of the centre. Once again, it's Manly Warringah on the charge. Armitage on the left boot, looking it towards goals. Just gets it to the near side with a minor score. But once again, it's Manly showing all the ascendancy in this third quarter. Drury, the Dockers, they just need to find something to get themselves back in this game.
Yeah, they certainly do, and it starts right now. They've got to look at this as a completely new half and see if they can conjure up something. They certainly do need to get some points on the board early here. I know it's a pretty obvious statement, but they really do need some confidence.
The kick out now, and a good mark there taken. That's Selby Lee Steer on the end of that. Nice short kick. This is Perry. Just need to be a little bit surer of their options. Jenkins goes down the line and a turnover, and it's Manly straight back. Lynch it was. Finds the Garland, who had it on a string in the second quarter. Goes inside, and it's just so quickly they get back into attack. And it dribbles out in front of Washington. So just that one little turnover, small skill error, and Manly are making the Dockers pay. A lot of free players around this contest. It'll be a free kick to Selby Lee Steer. Just the hand on the shoulder there from Hunter. And Lee Steer getting a little bit of it early in this third quarter. Down the line. Good attack on the football there from Perry. In fact, no, it's Jenkins under there, but the free kick's gone the other way. Let's see what that was for.
Oh, nice interception there, Craig.
Yeah, Blackburn it is for the Dockers. Can they build now? Need something. Plenty of players running forward to the ball. One of those there is Lloyd, Daniel Lloyd. Haven't seen a lot of him today. Inside 50 and a good mark taken there by Cottrell. That's better movement by the Dockers.
Yeah, much better. You know, that's an example there of them taking their first option and not giving the Manly defence time to get back and get set to put pressure. Nice piece of play from the Dockers. They certainly need more of that.
Cottrell with this measured run up. Just marks his little spot. Interesting, marks the spot, but it doesn't seem to be a measured sort of run back from the mark. Kick's not going to make the journey. And there'll be a free kick here to Manly. No.
To Blackburn, I think.
It's off the ball. I thought it would have been for over the shoulder, but it was actually off the ball there. And an opportunity now for Wade Blackburn to start this quarter off in the fashion they need. This will only be their third goal if he kicks it. He does, and the Dockers get a much-needed goal. Margin back to 61 points.
Oh, they're back, the Dockers, and a big sigh of relief from plenty of supporters here. But that's what they need, a good start to the second half. They've got to keep this going now, and as we said, they need to play on maybe a bit quicker and catch the Wolves unaware and take their first option.
Well, that goal there was the result of a turnover where the Dockers were able, I think it was Blackburn, oh no, it wasn't Blackburn in the middle, but just able to cut the ball off and get the ball forward a lot quicker.
We've actually got Lee Conway playing on his own here at the moment, Craig. It appears the loose man in the midfield.
So the Wolves go forward. Good work there from Ben Bow. Just pops at the top of the square looking for Washington. Couldn't bring this one down. Johnson onto the ball there for the Dockers. Coming out was Maybon. His kick out of the area. This could be out in the full. Third Garland it was leading the chase to the ball. We'll have a boundary throw in. 61 points the margin. Lee Steer versus Atkins in the ruck. Lee Steer gets the front position, but it's Manly through Robertson. Looking for Washington, 2-on-1, and the Dockers did well there to get that ball over the boundary line.
Plenty of space on this grandstand side as well too. If there ever is a time for a quick switch, a couple of one-on-ones, there's a chance here if the Dockers can get a turnover.
What I like from the Wolves though is that there's some intensity even as we speak at the moment. Every player making sure that they're manned up. Every player just finding an opposition player. They've got loose men in the back line as well, the Wolves.
They do.
Cass trying to burrow his way through. All locked up with Smith. Top of the square, and the Dockers just need to rush this through. Don't play around, get it through, or else the consequence could be dire. Oh, jeez. Nice save there by the goalkeeper.
Gee, you called it, Craig, didn't you? He was on the goal line. He elected not to take your advice, and almost a catastrophe there for the Dockers, but they're away here.
So the Dockers, can they build on this? They do. This is Johnson. He comes out. Finds Hill. Goes back inside. This is better run from the Dockers. What we like to see. They go forward. A lot of Manly Wolves around this. And Wern it is who just runs at will and relieves the pressure. Out there from Pridgeon. Just can't find the handle. Back to Wern. They've worked this well. Oh,
good pressure. Oh, that's unlucky.
They'll run away now, Manly. Turnover. Johnson, Ryan. His kick too high. Just needs to find a target. And the Wolves pounce. Third Garland. My best on ground by a long shot so far. Looking for Washington or Ben Bow. Ben Bow wrapped up in the tackle, but Washington good enough to pick it up. Throws it on the boot. Thank you very much. Another goal to the Wolves.
Oh, great piece of passage there from the Wolves. Once again down the wing there. The same old names involved, Garland and Benbow, and nice little finish around the corner. Thank you very much.
So, a fantastic opening game for the Manly Warringah Wolves. Would have seen, though, there would have been 4 or 5 months spent planning for this game. And you get the feeling that some of the losses that the Dockers have sort of lost here from their playing group is going to hurt them throughout the season. Back in the middle. It's the Manly Wolves by 68 points over Balmain Dockers. Premier Division Football, AFL Sydney 2013. It's round 1.
Isn't it great to be back at the footy, Craig? We've waited a long time for this.
There's a lot of talk goes on in an off-season. There's a lot of talking about football, a lot of thinking about football, but until the leather hits the boot, it's not just not the same. So yeah, you're right, Drury. It's so good to have football back. Lee Steer gets the free kick from the ruck contest and comes laterally. We've seen a lot of that from the Dockers today. The sideways kicks. Cass puts himself under pressure here, almost holding the ball. Drags it in was Timms. What's the umpire going to say? Holding the ball. And a little bit off the play here from Cass. That's just frustration. Beckett goes forward. Washington all on his own. He could have held that easily, but just coughs it up at the last minute. Cass, they could see this over the line, the Dockers.
They're heavily involved there, Cass. Just took exception to something from Eric Burke earlier.
Well, he put himself under pressure, did Josh Cass, by just taking his eyes on off the football. He had plenty of space and time to pick it up in that play. Fumbled twice, and next thing you know, they were right onto him. Off, good mark there. Not paid by the umpire with Robert Hart. And the Dockers are away. Can they build something now? It's Lee Conway. Goes inside. It's a one-on-one contest for Cottrell, and he brings it in. Just too smart there for Pridgeon. And Cottrell on the angle.
Great
as every good full forward does. He's not lined up. Just worked himself a little bit closer on the line. Pridgeon desperately trying to point that out to the umpire. The kick just lets it go in the breeze and pushes it across the face of goal. 3-3 now to the Dockers.
Yeah, it was a great kick from Lee Conway there. Just put it on nicely right in the bread basket for Cottrell, and they've got to start doing that and just getting their kicks in the hot spots for their own teammates.
Oh, that's unfortunate there for Conway. I thought he read it pretty well. He just needed to even just fake a look at the football on the way through, and he would have got away with that. But as it is, ball in the hands of Armitage. Not a lot on for Armitage, so he decides to go himself. Got some great support from a teammate. Now, through the middle. Lands fortuitously there to Benbow, who's laid on the ground after the play by Cass. And Josh Cass probably just needs to take a little bit of a chill pill at the moment. A few things getting away from him. And the Wolves almost spun that one back through for a major, but another minus score on the board. Margin 68 points.
Yeah, well, Josh Cass's nickname is Bondi. He's usually very chilled, Craig, so I don't know what he's taking today, but he's taking a few angry pills, I think.
Here's Armitage, another player getting plenty of it. We saw him on the back line starting this play. Now he just chips in. Oh, just rested too much on the kick. Now the Dockers need to make them pay. Bowen it was that got it out of the back line. Good mark there taken by Jerome Farrell. Now he goes to Bond. Bond turns back inside, does very well, evades the player. Cottrell is the target, and that's, well, a better target you couldn't find. Goes one way, goes the other, gives himself a few extra metres, does Cottrell. Throws on the boot now, top of the square, nearly brought in there by Timms. But better play. But they need a lot more of it, and they need it quickly. Robertson. Just couldn't do enough, Adrian Hill, to worry him out of the mark. Oh,
that was high.
That's definitely high. Jumped into the tackle, and not a lot of no malice there, you must say, but Duignan.
Little Jack Lumsden there, going high.
Now, Daniel Bryan. Not a lot on, so he goes short. Finds Conway, seeing a lot of it in this third quarter. His kick just too relaxed. Through the middle now. The Wolves will make them pay. Ball comes out. Scrubbing looking kick from Wern, but out to Thurgarland, who has just got a ton of space. He'll get this back too. I'll put it on the line. Here it comes. Oh, should have used him.
He's still on here, Craig.
Get it back at some stage in the next 5 minutes. That's for sure. Could have been in the back there, and it is. Free kick to Balmain. Just clumsy there from Jack Hunter. Oh, mark there should have been taken. It's 1-on-2, and it's the one that comes away. Kick in from Hawkins, chopped off by Cass.
You can't accuse Cass, Craig, for sorry to rough for not being involved, that's for sure.
No, and you'll see that all year. He just puts his body on the line and runs and runs and runs. So, an exciting player, former Norwest Jet, I'm being told. Came across to Balmain. Now Armitage loves it from here. Shows the ball, goes one way, goes the other. Can he bring it back? Yes, he can! Tyrone Armitage, just one of those players showing that he is Premier Division standard, and just a great show of the ball. We've seen him so many times in the big games do that. Works himself back on a good angle, and the kick was a good one.
Yeah, great to see a little bit of razzle-dazzle there from Armitage. He's been waiting to pull that one out, and I've no doubt that will certainly be on the highlights package to come.
Yeah, you get the feeling that they've gone into this game, and I suppose into this competition, and they're not going to change the way they play, the Manly Wolves. They play with a little flair. Missing a couple of big names too. One in particular in Kovacevic, who was so good for them as a forward target.
Bond here, and bit going on in back play. Bond walking away.
Meanwhile, Armitage gets the handball over. Trying to find Smith. Picks it one grab. Washington. Sweeping handball back to Thurgarland. I told you he'd get it back. Oh, see you, Armitage. Do Armitage. Tries the big show. Smith on the end of it. Just runs through the tackle. And too easy for the Wolves. And trouble here also for the Dockers. They've cracked a ton, the Wolves. And ankle problem. I can't quite see who that is back there for the Dockers.
There's a few players down at the moment. There's two for the Dockers, and I think Armitage pulled up a little bit lame there as well.
Maybon for the Dockers is the player with the ankle problem on the line.
Yeah, I think they're trying to call Maybon off now. He does seem to be in a lot of trouble back there in the goal square, that's for sure.
Not a lot of urgency on the sideline though. All Balmain players quite comfortably sitting down. And the runner not even going that way. In the meantime, Balmain. Oh, nice little kick off the ground there from Blackburn, but couldn't find his target. He butters up for the second option. This would be a miraculous goal if it comes off. It doesn't. 3-5-23. Balmain 15-11. 101. Manly certainly sending a message that they are up to the standard, they're up to the task. They're taking on the grand finalists from 2012, albeit very different looking grand final side. Down the line, couldn't bring it in, was Atkins. Held with the ball, and the umpire has no option but to play that holding the ball. And should be 50 metres. Should be 50 metres. I've seen a lot less paid.
Great work from Dwignan there. Reward for effort. Should have got the free kick, and now the Wolves have it.
That is a 50-metre penalty there.
Here we go.
So the free kick went to Daniel Lloyd off the ball, and as the Wolves player got up, just popped it in front of him. I think it was Jack Lynch there, just popped the ball in front of him and said, oh, well, if it's not mine, I'm not going to have anything to do with it. And that's 50 metres every day of the year. So, Daniel Lloyd, a rare scoring opportunity for the Balmain Dockers. He puts it through. It's their fourth goal. Yeah, I mean, even still, you look out there now, Mabon, he seems to have walked it out, but there was just no urgency from the boundary. All the players on the bench were sitting down. The runner wasn't even making a head start towards to find out how he was.
It just appears he has insisted with training staff that he is okay, but I think there was some concern there, and they did query whether he was fit to stay on the field. Look, they need more of that, the Dockers. You know, we saw the lead-up play from Dwignan, second efforts. You know, Manly have been very good at the 1%ers today, and Balmain just need to just keep at the play a little longer and just chase a little harder and apply some more pressure for Manly.
Would have been a free kick there. I think the free kick was there, but the throw of the head was a little bit late. Should have thrown the head back a lot earlier if there, Johnson.
We have got the Logies tonight, Craig. I think Johnson's already there.
And this will be a reversal. No. I thought it was going to be a reversal. Once again, a little bit of heat in this game. Manly deep into attack. Washington with the run. Could have brought that in. Didn't. He's been very impressive as a forward target today. Quick kick out of the pack here by Hunter. Just the minor score.
I was going to say, in fairness to Ryan Johnson, he did come off injured there, so he did actually...
I think the free kick was there. I think he just... When he didn't get the kick...
For Garland's just put it through, has he? Oh, he's just missed it.
To say, when he didn't get the kick, he thought, well, if I throw my head back, maybe then I'll get it. So that the free kick, I think, was definitely there. And...
He has just been replaced, Craig, by Brendan Jenkins, coming on for the Dockers.
Once again, the kick to a 1-on-2 contest. Selby Lee Steer did very well to get it there, but the touch had just too much on it. Now, holding the ball in there, and that's a very tough free kick. And there's quite a bit going on at the moment. The Dockers just seem to be... Well, frustration, let's put it that way. Here's Armitage. Loves running onto the play. The kick was too low. And a minus score. So 15-14, 104 now to the Wolves.
Great pressure from Cass there. Just didn't give up on the play. And the Dockers just sent it on the far side. And we've got another player hobbling.
And it's just cramped there from Johnson. It's cramping up. The scary thing is it's the third quarter.
Couple of options here.
Oh, that's a free kick. That's a trip. And nothing coming of it. Years gone by, you'd remember this, jury, in years gone by, the old trip was a automatic meeting during the week. Seems not the case anymore.
Yeah, well, there are a few grey areas at the moment, aren't there, Craig? When we saw Lindsay Thomas get off just a week ago.
The match review panel's walls are painted in grey at the moment. In they go again, the Wolves, but the back of the pack is round. Saw a lot of him early. Oh, he's just coughed this up and he'll turn over to another goal. I was just about to sing the praises of Matthew Round, but he's done me no favours. Tom Beckett it is, who just, as easy as you like, pounces on the ball. And another goal to the Manly Wolves. 81 points to margin so far. They're very much closing into a 100-point win here over the Balmain Dockers. Not the start you want if you're a Dockers fan.
Well, Manly really would be thrilled by this performance today. Coaching staff, medical staff, everyone involved with the club. Great turnout as well, I must say. All the other grades for Manly have stuck around to watch this one. As the Dockers also have their players as well watching on, but you couldn't have asked for a better start from the Wolves for season 2011. That's 2013 rather.
You've taken us backwards, jury. Don't take us backwards.
Yeah.
We've been there, we've done that. Yeah, the coach of the Manly Warringah Wolves, Lee Brain, he'd be super impressed by his team's efforts so far today. The kick is... What's he called here? He's called, contact below the knees. Not sure what went on there. End result. Oh, and the umpire's had a shocker again. Should have marked it. Didn't, but here goes Wern. Runs around one as easy as you like. The kick. Good work there by the Balmain player to get himself in front, and he gets the free kick. That's Sean Bowen.
Here There he is, big Jalen Timms here, Craig. He needs to get more involved.
That's almost, well, if the umpire was sitting on this side and saw what I saw, Tim's dragged the ball back under, but not that I agree with the rule, but good result in the end. Wrapped up now. Another ball up.
Yeah, I want to see a few more runs, Craig, from young Jalen Timms. He does look good when he starts the league, just needs to present himself a bit more.
Here go the Wolves again. Inside 50. Burke on the end of this does very well. Pressure from Lee Steer, but Burke was up to the challenge. Top of the square, 2 on 2. Only need one. Washington. He's had a standout game. And I think one of the things that the Wolves will be probably upset with now is that they've actually flagged to the rest of the competition that they're a force and won't be taken lightly. And some of their players have really stood up. Washington just leans back as easy as you like. Cramps up. Another goal on the board to the Wolves. Margin 87 points.
Yeah, you're certainly right. There's no more under the radar for Manly after this performance. There'll be a lot of coaches watching the tape and taking a very close look at their upcoming opponents in the Manly Wolves. They have been outstanding thus far today.
It's been a long road for the Wolves, and along with their promotion into Premier Division football is a fantastic $4 million redevelopment of their home base out there at Weldon Oval. They are the AFL side on the Northern Beaches, and new lights, new playing surface. People like myself who have seen a lot of football out there at Weldon Oval would have remember that the waves are probably, well, they used to be at Weldon, sometimes higher than they were at the beach. But new $4 million development of the ground out there. New club room facilities. They're a team on the rise. They go inside 50 again. A nice booming kick. Comes over the back. Washington, thank you. Just sold it before he had it. Tackled out of it. Ball spills free. Cass over the top. Just can't drop it clear. They get it clear. I think it was Farrell out there. Pushes it forward. Good work there by Duignan. Trying to take your lead there, Drew, on the pronunciation of Duignan.
I've been impressed with Duignan. As we see a switch here from the Dockers.
Impressed with your pronunciation of Duignan. Three-quarter time here at Henson Park. They came out of the blocks firing, did the Manly Wolves, and they haven't looked back since. The margin at the moment, 87 points over the top of the Balmain Dockers. Dockers 4-5-29, Manly 17-14, 116. As we go into the three-quarter time break, not a lot to say other than the Manly Wolves have really dominated this game. And the Dockers, well, they need to put their heads together and come up with something to salvage from this game. So we'll take a break. Three-quarter time here. It's the Wolves by 87 points. Final quarter, AFL Sydney, round 1, 2013 season. It's been an interesting start to the 2013 season here. The newcomers, the Manly Warringah Wolves. Not a lot of people knew what to expect of the Wolves. Well, they certainly do now. Final quarter, margin 87 points in favour of the Wolves over the Dockers. Out of the centre. The Dockers, they just need to salvage something from this game. They spent a lot of time over the summer break, pre-season, and to come out and have a disappointing start to the season is just a little bit deflating. So what can they get from this final quarter? The Wolves, as we've seen all day, just seem to find space. Good work there by Lee Steer. Not sure exactly which way he was going. I'm sure he was going back there to kick it the other way. Gets it back. Going to be one of the linchpins of the Balmain side will be Lee Steer. Farrell dispossessed. Ball out. Been in the grand final the last 2 years have the Balmain Dockers. Unfortunately, neither year come away with any silverware. Defeated by the East Coast Eagles in 2011. Of course, last year it was the University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs who took the trophy. Farrell now drives it forward for the Dockers. Just couldn't find his target in Blackburn, and for Garland. So the sensational game. And speaking of sensational games, Armitage just finds a way around, runs his full distance. And the Dockers, they're away now. Tried to go around, was round, couldn't get around his opponent. Ball spills free. Back in the middle, Conway been good for the Dockers, their captain. Here they go again, the Wolves, they've got numbers. Over to Beckett, goes inside, that's an interesting handball. They get away with it. Oh, and look at this, just running at will is Hunter. One bounce, kicks on the left. I'll talk about that at training on the weekend.
Yeah, they got away with one there, the Dockers. I know we're late in the game, but Lee Conway there, 2-on-1. He just needed to put a bit more pressure on. Fortunately for him, though, not the greatest kick from the Wolves as we see a fumble here. Another opportunity maybe for Manly.
Would have been a free kick there in the favour of Perry, but the umpire said play on. They've been good today, the umpires. It's the first game for them too, we must remember. Another pre-season by the umpire fraternity. And good to see that they've hit the ball running as well. Back through the middle, JJ Farrell. What am I saying?
Yeah, that's right.
I was going to say Jerome, but that would be Jerome Farrell. Here they go now, the Wolves just at will. Ben Bow just dribbles it through. 18 goals now, and the margin 94 points.
Yeah, good to see the crowd still sticking around despite the result here. First round of another Sydney AFL season, and well, the Dockers now need to start thinking about getting things right and building momentum for next week, and pride in the jumper, because you know they got a quarter of football left, and they really need to work on things at training this week, but they can still take a lot out of this quarter.
Back in the centre. I suspect, Drury, if you'd have sat the Manly Warringah Wolves down during the week and said, look, we'll give you a win, they would have been happy with just 4 points, but then to say they're going to win this by over 100 points, well, I'm sure they wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, I think they would have been happy with 1 point every break, but you're right. I think this has been the day for the Biggies, that's for sure. They'll be laughing all the way home this evening.
The interesting thing, Jerry, is that Manly Warringah are going to be on top of the ladder at the end of this round. So it's a very good result for the Wolves as they enter the Premier Division competition. They will be just floating out there at Weldon Oval. Here they go again. Another inside 50 to Beckett. Sorry, Benbow. Them two mixed up all day. Well, what would you do here, Drew? You're 94 points up. You're out. Far wing.
I'd have a crack.
And why wouldn't you just missed by 6.4 metres.
Was that Thurgalen again, was it?
No, that was Benbow out there.
Benbow, there you go.
Just having a party trick.
Numbers 13 and 14.
So if we look towards next week, it's the Dockers. Oh, and here comes Armitage. Just handballs to himself. He'll pick this up, tap it through, puts on the Shepherd, and thank you very much. It's exciting footy, but brings up the margin to 100 points in favour of the Manly Warringah Wolves, and that is one hell of a cramp. When you've got three of your team opposite or your fellow teammates working on your collar, this is cramp and a half. One of the highlights of the day.
Just working on his hammies, just to clarify there, but creative finish there from Callum Johnston. He only had a very small gap to work with and just slotted it through nicely for Manly's 19th goal.
As I was saying, next week it'll be Sydney Uni versus Balmain here back at Henson Park. That's on Saturday. It's a night game out here at Henson Park, so be a good chance to head out and see some footy. Should be a good game. Sydney Uni scoring a big victory over the Sydney Hills Eagles yesterday in Premier Division.
Yeah, looking good, Sydney Uni. Always a fiery clash between those two inter-city rivals, the Dockers and Uni.
It's almost the neighbourly clash. They'd come up with some sort of name for that, wouldn't they? Look at these Wolves. They're hunting in packs, 5 around the football, working it out just as good as you like, but the kick's a poor one. Lands in the arms of Joel Gray. Yes, and the other side of the ledger, Manly Warringah will travel down to North Dalton Park to take on the Illawarra Lions on Saturday. So there's an old rivalry that'll be re-invoked for 2013. Two teams that have enjoyed the elevation into the Premier Division side. Wollongong, well, what they were Wollongong, now Illawarra, quite some years ago. And those two teams would have had plenty of friendly stoushes over the years.
Yeah, certainly going to shaping up to be a very interesting season, 2013. Do you remember a more open start to the season, Craig, in recent memory?
Well, what we've seen, and if we look back at those 09, 10 and 11 years where the Eagles took out the three-peat of premierships, a good mark there taken. It's Harry Webb. We've seen a lot of him. We've noticed the flashy blue boots. As I was saying, we go back that 9, 10, 11 years, it was sort of went in knowing that the stronger sides were going to be your Sydney Uni and your East Coast Eagles. And with their elevation into the NEFL competition, what it has effectively done is open up that competition to all other 10 competing clubs in the Premier Division. So Webb goes back and drives this one through. Well, it's anyone's game, Drew. It's just anyone's game. As we saw, Dockers played in the last two grand finals. Seems as though maybe their playing stocks have dwindled slightly in 2013. And we saw North Shore get over Pennant Hills yesterday. It was a good game. Sydney Uni, as we said, defeated the Sydney Hills Eagles by a comfortable margin. And racking the brain to try and remember the other scores from around the grounds. One score that wouldn't have been predicted as it was is this game. Margin 106 points in favour of Manly Warringah. They have just been dominant all day on every aspect of the game, in every area of the game. Lynch finds Burke. Wern indiscriminate handball. Dockers on the rebound. Just playing around with it too much. Lucky to get away with the free kick there is Bowen. He goes backwards. Just didn't even look forwards. That's what the troubling thing. He worked it well. Bonds. But what have they got now? Not a lot on offer. Has to go lateral again.
Some trouble here. Webb lurking, but got away with it there. He did, Daniel Bryan.
He did well. Just kicked to his advantage. And now the Dockers desperately need something to go forward. Go forward for them. Maybe this will be the option.
There he is. Big Blackburn goes short.
Oh, good fly there from Cottrell. Couldn't bring it down. Thur Garland has gone a bit quiet in this final quarter, but really turned it on there at one stage. Here's another player that's been sensational all day in Benbow. Oh, unfortunate there. Contact below the knees. And the Dockers really get the sense that they're just treading water now. Almost time to reset and start thinking about that. Could be a free kick, not paid. Cottrell. Johnson was good early. Here they go again. Can the Dockers get the goal? Lee Steer, hands back off. Running, has no option but to just throw it on the boot and try and get it home. Only the Miners score.
Did okay though, not far off there, the Dockers, and that's better. Just playing on and a bit of creativity in their attack. As we said, look, they certainly need to finish well here, take some sort of confidence into a big match next week against Sydney Uni, and you know, it starts with this kick and applying lots of pressure and creating the turnover.
Taking the option to run out of defence were the Wolves. Thur Garland again. Oh, went without it. Tried to put on the show. That could be high and should be, and is.
Yeah, Blackburn in trouble here, Craig, I think. No, he's okay.
Just making sure of the free kick.
Did a very good job, he did as well.
Top of the square. Comes down. Farrell. JJ put it in, and he does. The goal to the Dockers, and they reduce the margin under the 100-point barrier. Back to 99 now, so if at all you could call that a positive. 12 and a half minutes played. Final quarter.
Every goal counts for the percentage, Craig.
This is true, but we were talking in the break there that yeah, Manly will find themselves quite definitely on top of the Premier Division ladder. There'll be a few screenshots of the ladder go through the week being tweeted off, no doubt. Back in the middle.
Got young Jalen Timms in the rucket, it appears.
It's probably that part of the game where you just think, well, what can we do? Let's change it up. Find out how these guys go. He did well in the ruck there, Timms. Got the clearance. And now it's Lloyd. The kick from outside 50.
He's been very vocal, Lloyd, in trying to get some possessions this quarter, that's for sure.
Goes for distance, doesn't quite get it. Falls short of the goal line. And here come the Wolves. They just run in a line, and that man again. If there was more than 3 votes to hand out, you'd probably give one. So Garland has been fantastic for the Wolves. Running away with it is Hart. Just trying to find a passage through. But his teammate in Lumsden under a lot of pressure. Now Pridgeon locked in there. Umpire will have no option but to throw it up. So just playing out the emotions now. 99 points the margin, 14 minutes played in this final quarter. Balmain go forward again. Got numbers at the fall of the ball, something we haven't seen a lot of today.
Nice kick from Conway. Into space for Jenkins.
And the kick just, he had 4 lined up there and he just couldn't bring the kick around far enough. And the Wolves repel the attack. Robertson just seems to know where the ball is. And a good servant for the Manly Warringah Wolves over the years. Good running, second effort, throws on the boot, tries to get it long. There's some tired bodies out there. Washington tries to keep it in, but just can't quite do the job. Yes, Drew, you can run as many hills, do as many 400s, do as many beat tests as you like over the summer period, but it's not until you get out there in the game that you find how hard this game of Australian rules football really is.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And, you know, when you're out on the field, a lot has to do with how you gel as a team and the chemistry and the makeup of the team as well. So perhaps something that's what the Dockers need to look at during the week, and you know, certainly just practice a few team scenarios, because I don't think the problem is with the fitness. Probably just working with one another at this stage, I'd say. Yeah,
I mean, you're right. They were outplayed from the first quarter, and certainly fitness is not something that comes into play then. Burke, the recipient of a free kick, goes back and slots it through. It's a nice kick. And the margin, well, needs to get the all clear. This is Ken Ray. About 675 games of AFL football in Sydney. A very experienced goal umpire. Didn't quite hear the goal clear. Goes back, and it's a goal to the Manly Wolves.
We're doing stats on goal umpires now, Craig.
Kenny Ray. If you know football in Sydney, you know Kenny. He has been, I think he, from a very sketchy memory, did his 500th game in the preceding years. I could be completely wrong there, but he's certainly been around for a very, very long time. When we start doing stats on boundary umpires, that's when I give it away. All right, we're back in the centre. Manly just dominant in this round one game against the Balmain Dockers, and sending a message to all others involved. They're not here to make up the numbers. They're here to have a real crack. Now, in the hands of Lumsden. Just moving it. Mark, kick, mark, kick, mark, kick.
Again by the looks of things.
Had a great game today. Just popped up all around the ground.
Goes inside.
He convinced Webb then that he was an option. I don't think Webb really wanted it. Touch number 35 to Thurr Garland. Stats not accurate.
Yeah, all too easy at the moment for the Wolves.
It's going through the motions now, both sides. Hart brings it down. And 36 to Thurr Garland. I'm sure the boys will watch the tape during the week and get all the stats. It's been a fantastic start. Good mark to Lee Steer. It's been a fantastic start to their Premier Division appearances here by the Manly Warringah Wolves. Balmain, on the other hand, they come out of round one with a lot more questions than answers. Thurr Garland again. Now, Blackburn. He's had quite a handy game, has Blackburn. Plenty of ball through the middle. This man's had a good game as well. Cottrell certainly provided one of the only targets up forward for the Dockers.
Switch is on here.
Armitage, and look at the numbers and the space. Needs to go the 1-2, get this one back. And that's not the option.
I'll tell you what, lucky that was cut off by Lloyd again, because they had numbers of Wolves as we see young Jalen Timms getting involved again, out of the ruck now, but straight back to the Wolves.
I reckon if you did a poll of all 44 players on the field and said, I want to finish this one up now, you'd get a resounding yes, I think. The game, well, it was gone at quarter time. Just playing through the motions. Both teams would just be quite happy to reset, start thinking about round 2. But in the meantime, it's Robertson. Called was very handy early.
He has got a short option straight ahead there. Man completely open, although now
Washington's on.
Yeah. Looks good off the boot.
Say no more.
Both players claiming the mark here. The umpire's giving it to Manly and they've kicked a goal.
He's drilled that and he's almost killed a young fella on the hill. Here he goes. He's copping a bit of flack from his own teammates at the moment. Good to see the young fella getting the ball back.
Oh, sign him up, David Yole. Get that man a Dockers jersey.
So another goal on the board for the Manly Warringah Wolves. And look, it was a fantastic mark. I didn't call it because, well, I called it before it came in, but it was a fantastic mark by Washington. He's one that opposition teams will have to show plenty of respect for as they go forward. Balmain Dockers 5-6-36, but Manly Warringah 22 goals, 15, 147. Into time on, final quarter.
They just seem to be putting Balmain under pressure just about every time they go for a kick, Craig. I mean, the pressure today from Manly has been sensational.
It certainly has, and it's been all around the ground. The forward pressure, they've given nothing up in defence. This man, Thurgolan, and take nothing away from Washington. His game has been fantastic. Robertson, off one step, puts it through. Easy as you like. The Wolves are here, and they're making a statement. The Dockers have already put a number of players onto ice. Cass on the bench. He's had a, well, it's been an okay day, but certainly not up to the standard that Josh Cass has probably shown over the years. Only a young fella. Probably put a little bit too much pressure on him in this Balmain lineup. So, well, Ferguson, he's on the bench, got the boots off, so won't see him again. Four points and a handy percentage are heading out to Curl. Manly Warringah. A better start to their elevation you wouldn't have hoped for. Out of the centre. The kick, I think it was Matt Round, it was. And the lone clap as the goal goes on the board for the Dockers.
Yes, they do still maintain the 100-plus margin here this afternoon, the Wolves, but be certainly nice from a Dockers perspective to finish with a couple of nice goals, just to keep it to a 2-digit margin, I think.
Well, 100-point margin will, well, their percentage will be through the roof, the Wolves. They will sit atop the Premier Division ladder, albeit round 1.
Chance here for Farrell.
Just got too much of it, couldn't get the distance, and out in the full is the result. Sense of resolve forming over Henson Park at the moment. The job has been done, and it's been done well by the Wolves. Not much more to be gained out of this game. Pushing the back. The first thing Thurgolan's done wrong all day. Kick inside finds Jerome Farrell again. Just popped up in the latter stages of the game.
I think he's going to go along to Cottrell here, Craig, although it was touched.
Oh,
Benbow.
Just. Oh, there we go. Could have been 50. Umpire.
That wasn't Benbow to Thurgolan again, was it? Off a half volley.
Even when they're not trying, they link. Armitage Geez, he's switched the ball well today. He's just found a teammate in space every given opportunity. In the middle, oh, not a very good effort there from the Dockers defender. Robertson gets the ball, puts it on the boot, and he's kicked. That's probably about his third or fourth goal, Robertson. We weren't taking goal scorers today, but, well, if we had, we'd be running out of ink with 24 goals scored by the Manly Warringah Wolves. 159 points. Margin 117 points over the 2012 grand finalists, the Balmain Dockers. 25.5 minutes played. Can only be minutes, probably only seconds left in this game. Margin 117 points, and we threw this one on the paper, and there is the siren. And, well, not only a successful entry into the Premier Division competition, a more than pleasing result for Lee Brain and his charges out there at Curl, with the Manly Warringah Wolves running away, convincing winners over the Balmain Dockers. Balmain 6-6-42, Manly Warringah 24 goals, 15-159. And Drury, as I said earlier in the call, a few questions being thrown to the Balmain Dockers early in season 2013.
Yeah, certainly, Craig, and I think Woolley and the boys, well, they've got a lot of work to do this week in preparation for the game against Sydney Uni, and I think, as we alluded to earlier, I think they just need to probably go back to basics and just start working a few combinations and start making sure each person's doing their job. And the Wolves, super impressive today. I think the rest of the competition is now on notice, and extremely impressive performance from Manly.
They'll bounce back, the Balmain Dockers, they always do, but today, not their day in round one. Convincingly defeated by the competition newcomers in Manly Warringah. Drury Forbes, thank you for joining us up here on the Digital Sports Call, and we look forward to seeing you again out here on the AFL Sydney Match of the Week. But in the meantime, Manly Warringah convincing winners over the Dockers here in round one. We'll see you next week for more live action from the AFL Sydney competition.